Take one. Hello,
Okay.
hello, everyone. Welcome to the I.F.A.T.S YouTube channel called Where the Music Lives On. I am your host, Pamela Williams Lacey, better known as Pamela D. And with me today is a very exciting guest. His name is Mr. Billie Richardson. Billy, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Good to be here. Thank you.
It's so nice to have you here, and I'm really,
Hmm.
really glad we're going to have this opportunity to interview one of our dedicated members. Now, Billy, you and I have known each other for quite some time, and I feel like I've known you
Yes.
all my life, but it's only
Yeah.
been online. And folks, I'm here
Hmm.
to tell you, Billy is one of the most, I would say, fascinating members I've met with our group. And here he is right now. So, Billy, let's start from the beginning. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I was born in Brooklyn, New York, 1950. Both my parents. I have an older brother, and my father was always into music. He was always having parties, back in the day, especially in the 60s. There were house parties and everything. So I've always been into music. Like the first record, the first 45 that I really purchased was There Goes My Baby by the Drifters. Then Jackie
Wow.
Wilson on then Jackie Wilson on these teardrops was my first really record that I really loved. So I go back a ways. But I've been loving music all my life pretty much, you know. And it's a positive thing in my life.
So are your parents still with you?
Now I lost my mother in 96, lost my dad in 2006.
So your mom you
But they
lost in
said
96. Your mom you
yeah,
lost.
and I lost my
Okay.
yeah, I lost my dad in 2006. And my brother, he's still with me. He's in Brooklyn, and I'm in Virginia right now. So, but he's still here. But yeah, I have a whole bunch of cousins, and aunts. So I have a whole bunch of family. And so I pretty much, have been surrounded by folks, a whole bunch of friends. So yeah, my 73 years have been pretty good.
Nice, nice, nice. So you mentioned that there was always music in your home by the time
Yes,
you could remember. And you, of course, as you mentioned to us earlier, you were born in Brooklyn. So let me ask you,
yes,
now, did your father and mo mother both like music at the same time? In other words,
yes,
times,
yes.
okay, great. So what was the type of music that you heard, or what did your mother and your father mostly cater to
Bas
when it comes to?
basically, my dad was into jazz, pretty much jazz, blues, and jazz. My mother, she was into regular R&B, rhythm and blues. Like I said, like Jackie Wilson, Etta James, Donna Washington. She loved that was double her favorites with Brooke Benton and Donna Washington. That was her favorites. So I was raised on that type of scene. But I had my own thing. I was always been into R&B. Not no jazz, no blues. My dad tried to, but it didn't work. I was
Now,
into pretty much rhythm and blues.
what was that singer you said your mother loved? Couldn't quite hear that.
Brooke Benton and Donna Washington. Those were two
Oh,
favorites.
okay. Brooke Brenda and Johnny Washington.
Dinah Washington. Dinah
Oh,
Washington.
Dinah,
Female.
Dinah,
Yeah.
Dinah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She's one of my favorites
Hmm.
too.
Yeah. Yeah. She loved them. She did.
Did she get the opportunity to see any of those live?
I don't think so. I don't think she ever did.
Okay.
I know. I mean, I'm not really positive. She might have seen them at the Apollo during those times, if
Yeah,
I'm
that's
being
what
a little
I
kid.
would think. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm being a little kid, I probably did, just didn't go with them when I went
Yes,
to see
yes.
them.
Now, what type
Hmm.
of jazz was your father into? And I'm sure at that time, because smooth jazz wasn't a thing then. So, who did he like in traditional jazz?
Um, this singer named Dakota Staten,
Uh,
and anything to do with the bass fiddle. I think I posted a picture of him with his bass fiddle yesterday, Father's Day,
okay.
and you know, Les McCann and
Wow.
uh,
Wow.
you know, Ahmad Jamal, those type of people, he was into, you
Okay.
know.
So, so as I'm listening, and as I do with most of the guests, I always try to get a feel of the type of music that actually sort of dictated their background or dictated what they
Right.
listened to now. And most of them, and everybody's usually around the same age group, is
Yeah.
R&B and that jazz, and jazz
Yeah.
was definitely prominent at the time for most of their I remember his
Absolutely. Yeah.
parents. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So now you you understand the music. You say you were doing your own thing, and let me ask you,
Yeah.
what does that mean? Let's get into that. What's your own thing was at the time, Billy?
Okay. Yeah. I was always, into melodies. Not really the words of the song, but into melodies and rhythm and blues. That tended to uh to capture me. All right. That's why I said I love the Drifters,
Oh yeah.
and I've always into groups. The Shirelles were my pretty much were my first favorite female group, and it was the Drifters after that. And so I've always been into melodies. So my dad, like I said, was into the jazz and blues thing, and I really been not into that. I mean, he did love James Brown though.
Oh
I got
wow.
to say that. So I
Okay.
definitely came from a home from a home. But we all love James Brown. We all love James Brown.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, he definitely loved. He did love James Brown too. He did.
Wow. Now that is very,
But
very interesting, because I don't know many people who said they they knew James Brown. I really, really don't. That's fascinating because
oh
he's
yes.
such a dynamite performer, such a dynamite performer. Now, what did as I mentioned, did you visit to any of the clubs? Was did that also change
Well,
your
back in
of music?
well back in the day, when if you're talking about the clubs, I mean, I didn't start going to the clubs until the 70s. And actually, yeah, but the mid 70s. So that's when we got into disco. But I was also, I failed to mention, always loved to dance. So that is really what propelled me into rhythm and blues, because I was always loved to dance. All right. I went to a party with my mother at one time. I think it was maybe was 12, 11 or 12. And this song by Gary U.S. Bonds was a hit then called A Quarter to Three. Well,
Uh-huh.
I got on the dance floor and just danced like it was nobody's business.
I love it.
All of her friends were just amazed and shocked.
Wow.
I've
Wow.
always been, I've always been into the dance. Always have.
Mm-hmm. 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 Now, what was
So
some of
when
your
disco came,
disco was it disco that actually were you able to dance more or get more into dance, or was it really again,
absolutely, but disco, absolutely. But I was into dance anyway.
disco?
But disco really was like propelled me, because that
Okay.
was my thing, you know. But um, actually, Motown is responsible for me really getting deep into the music. All right.
Okay. Okay. Explain that to us.
Well, uh, the Miracles came out first with Shop Around, and Mary Wells came out with Bye Bye Baby, yeah, back in the early 60s, and that caught my ear. And so what really got to me, I was like Martin the Vandellas, but what really got to me were the Supremes. When
Uh,
they came out, when they came out, that's when all bets were off. I was obsessed with them, and because of them, because because of them is what really got me into Motown. Because when the Miracles, Martha the Vandellas, and Marvin Gaye, they were on different labels at the time with the Tamla label and Gordy label. So I did not know that was Motown. All right. So when the Supremes came out and they were on the Motown label, that's when I really found out that I've been into Motown the whole time, but just didn't realize. So
Uh-huh.
Motown really had an effect on me, for real. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, I always loved the Supremes because that was another group that was prominent in our home when it came to listening to music,
Mm-hmm.
especially with my older sister. And
Okay.
you know, eh, eh, Diana Ross was a force to be reckoned with even back then.
Yeah, back
Yeah,
then.
yeah. Let me ask you, what was it about them that you have this obsession with the Supremes?
You
I mean,
know
was
what?
it was it was it the way they looked? Was it their style, their grace? Was it what was that that had
It
you?
was all three, Pam. For some reason, I was just fixated on them. They were beautiful. They were gorgeous. All
Oh
right.
yeah,
But I guess but besides the music and the sound, they were good to look at. They would always put a smile on my face every time I would see them. And I've heard this before about the people. You see them, you watch them, and they made you smile. All right. And so it was just a thing with them. You know what I'm saying? It was amazing.
wow. Did
But
you ever get a chance to see them live as the Supremes, the original?
absolutely at the Fox Theater at Mary Decay show, Mary Decay.
Wow,
I don't know if you remember him, but yeah, the Fox Theater downtown Brooklyn. I saw them in person for the first time.
wow, that is something else. Man, I don't, you know what? I don't know anyone, Billy, that knows or saw, I should say, the Supremes live, the original.
Yes, yes, I saw them live. I was on the side seats in the fifth row. I remember it very well.
Oh man,
They
yeah.
had
Yeah, I love that now. That is
yeah,
amazing.
they
You
had
remember
yeah,
that?
they had on yellow dresses. They were
Wow.
yellow like matching. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So I got a chance to finally meet them in 1969 when Ross was about to leave.
Yes.
I went to see them at Westbury Music Fair, in New York, and um and I had this big scrapbook with me, all right, along with a fan club button. So when the show was over, I I was always bold. So when I went on the stage and I approached the band leader, Gil Askey. So he felt sorry for me because I had this big scrapbook. I said, "Where are they staying at?" And he told me where they were staying at, the hotel where they were at. And I went there on that night, but they were sleeping. So I went the next morning. I went there with my best friend, and we waited most of the day until Mary Wilson came downstairs first. We met her. Then she left. I guess she must went to a party. And then Diana Ross came in about maybe a half hour later from shopping at Saks Fifth Avenue. And that's how I got to meet them both. I was
Wow.
bold like that. I didn't care. I was
You didn't
bold.
care. You didn't care at all. I know that. I know that. That goes without saying, honey. I
she
know.
was she was Mary she was great, but Diana Ross was gracious. She sat down with us and everything. So it was fantastic.
Wow.
I,
Wow.
I mean, I was, but see, by me being so awestruck, I didn't get no autograph, no pictures, no nothing, because I was so busy,
Yes,
you know,
yeah. Yeah.
being
Believe me, I
awestruck.
know. Yeah, you all
But yeah,
struck, starstruck, everything struck.
yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
but
I
it
can
was, it was, it,
understand
it
that.
was, it was, it was an event. So I'll never forget that. So that's how I finally met them. But for all the Motown, uh, I was captivated by the whole company and all the
Okay.
music. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
not. I mean, but not putting down Stax and Atlantic. they were pretty good too. That's how I first started out with them. But Motown just took over.
Yeah, when you strip down everything, forget about any drama, any rumors, or who did what to whom. Motown itself was a phenomenon. It really, really
Yes,
was. And it was
it
something that,
was
America had never really heard of. I mean, it was just
experienced, right?
amazing. Uh,
And basically, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, Billy, go ahead.
No, basically, they were amazed because it was a black-owned company, even though Atlantic was too. But um, Motown pretty much was a black-owned, uh, you know, conglomerate. I'll put it that way.
Yes.
And so
Hmm.
when that came on, people were amazed that Barry Gordy pretty much, started this thing, on his own. And so that was a standout.
Yes, yes. Billy, let's change the subject for a minute there. We're going to talk about
Okay.
your venture into um I.F.A.T.S.
Well, I fast they weren't you guys weren't the first music page. I was on this other page called the old music group. I was on there first, and somehow I just came across I.F.A.T.S because it said I forgot about this song. I said, okay. Because by me being into oldies, and I had a whole bunch of 45 still. I thought, let me check it out. And I loved it. It was great to me. I mean, it really was. And that's why I'm still here.
So from the right from the jump street,
Right
you
from the jump, right from the jump. Yes, absolutely.
now what was it
I
about the
love.
page that intrigued you?
I think it was the music and everybody that was on there pretty much was into the same type of songs that I was in. You know what I'm saying? And I was amazed because people, they still uh we had the same records and the same songs, and everything, that I had. So that was one of the reasons. I mean, it's always good to know people who you have things in common with, and that's what really got me hooked. All right, I mean, you don't find that often. So that's what really got me into the group, and I've been there ever since.
Yeah. Now, that's really nice to hear. Now, how much of an impact has the other members have on you?
I have met a few friends, uh, uh, Tia and Tina, of course, Tyrone, Ty, and a few other people. So I met a few friends on there as well. You know, and very very nice, very very nice. We get along. We get along pretty well, and they're just amazed at how much I know about music.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
I
that's
think
always a
that's the
good
most
thing.
fascinating part of it is that when you meet the other members on this page, is you're always going to find someone that shocks you as to how much they know.
Absolutely,
I find that
absolutely.
it's an
Yes,
ongoing education on that page.
yeah, yeah. Because Tyrone, that dude. I mean, he's like a connoisseur,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
you know, he has shown me record labels, and I said, where did that come from? I said, well, Tyrone, what's that? He is definitely, he amazes me. He
yeah.
amazes me.
He is. You're right. He's almost like a connoisseur
Yeah, and
of that
and and he's
music.
and he and he, and he still does. He's still at it and has the parties and everything. He's still doing his thing. But he's young, so he's young.
Yeah, so I like the fact that so many people have met others and they all say the same thing. I couldn't
Yeah,
have this at another group. Everybody had their little attitude.
right,
You
right.
come here and
Oh,
it's not like that.
you have you have no idea because I have my page. It's called Friends of the Supremes.
Uh-huh.
Pam, oh my God, the people bickering. I don't allow that. All right, and they go back and forth on occasion. Okay, bickering and go back and forth, and one person likes Diana Ross better, and one person likes Mary Wilson the best. And I can't have that. But that's you find that in some groups on here. You will find that going on. And I don't allow that.
Yeah.
I'll throw them out.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But one thing I can give to Ty, again, who is the creator of
he's the creator.
I.F.A.T.S.
Yeah,
Yeah, he just wants it to be about the music and
the
people
music.
ultimate
Yep.
respect to each other.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
right.
Now, where are you now with today's music? Because R&B is either still here in some people's mind, or it has disappeared altogether, or it's not recognizable. Do you listen to today's R&B if there is such a thing, or do you
Yes,
feel that
yes, I do.
that legacy of R&B is gone? How do you feel
No,
about
it's it's shrouded in, I don't want to say hip hop, but hip hop, uh, you do see some of R&B in there. Okay, you just have to have an ear for it because I do listen to hip hop every so often. I mean, not hard down rap, but they do have a little bit of R&B in there because I do listen to quite a bit of it. I'm still into R&B mostly, and it's still here. I mean, you just have to just recognize it. Um, People like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they were good at that. Okay, they're definitely R&B type people, and they know how to do that. So I really love them. The music now, but there is still R&B left. There's still some left. They're
Oh,
not
so you believe
disappeared.
there is still hope?
It's still hope. It's still here. It has not disappeared. It has not. It's just in a different type of style. It's coming to you in a different way. I definitely recognize it. I definitely
Okay,
do. There's a few people
okay.
who I like.
Is there anyone that you would listen to today, a particular artist that you like their style, or their style is reminiscent of the old R&B style, or they've elevated it somewhat, and but yet they still are definitely paying homage to
Now
now.
there's a song out. There's a song out now. Her name is Money Long. She has a song out now that's very popular, and that reminds me of the old R&B style. Very good song. I can't name
What's
a
her
few
name again,
offhand.
Billy?
Money Long,
Okay,
Muni and Long,
okay,
female. Okay, she has a song out now, and it reminds me of the old R&B style.
okay,
Of, and there's a few groups that's out right now that they do hold that style. Okay, um, so I mean, there's hope. There's hope. It's not going to come
okay,
back fully. It's going to come back in like it is in a whole different way. I'll put it that way.
okay. Do you approve of the hip hop language, if you will, that's used in music today?
Now,
Something
well, it depends. I mean,
crazy.
for all that cursing and the blatant, I'm going to F you, no, not really. We can do without that. I mean, leave room for imagination. Don't just put it out there. But the kids nowadays, they're up front. They're very bold what they do. I mean, I can understand. I can understand that, but there's some things you can like hold back on. All right. But they out there though. I mean, they put it out there. All right. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
it's
That's true. I think what I admire more than anything about R&B or soul music is the fact that it a page, I should say, similar to IFS, or the IFS page itself, is still with us to remind us and to let us know
absolutely,
how
and
strong
that's important.
of a legacy that music was, and the origins of the music that you hear today, and it's
Hmm.
just so important and violent. And that's why I hope, that there is going to be hope, that they will
Oh
remember
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I
R&B.
mean, Uh, Mary J. Blige, she's a good example of holding it down. And Patti LaBelle, she's still around.
Oh
She
yeah,
still
she's
comes
still
out
putting it down. She's
with some
still putting
stuff.
it down.
And glad and her Gladys, they still putting it down.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, oh yeah. One thing I like about Gladys, she would definitely remind you where these songs come from today. She would definitely let you know.
Oh yeah.
Billy,
Oh yeah.
what do you consider on our IFAS page? What is one of your favorite events on the page that we do have? Is there one that you do like now that we don't do anymore, or?
Okay, let me think. Let me think. 'Cause there's one that I was really into recently. What when you okay, when you said when you put on things about think of a song that has that has the word like different words in it, like the
Uh-huh.
time. I love that.
Okay.
Like where, what, who, when, and why. I love that.
Yes.
That's my
Oh,
favorite.
so that's
That's
that.
my
Yeah, that's for the
favorite.
Super Sundays. Yes.
That's my favorite. I love that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it. Super Sundays is my favorite. I
Oh,
love
wow.
those.
Nice.
I
Nice.
love those. I love
Glad.
those.
I'm glad.
I'll be
Yeah.
I'll be waiting. I'll
Super
be waiting
Sunday
on
is,
Saturday night.
say that again.
Yes, I said I'll be waiting on Saturday night for you to put up there what you're gonna do on Sunday.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Um, let's see. Now, you mentioned, and I think it's important to do that. Maybe it's not important. Let me not go there for a minute because I wanted to
Uh,
understand for our audiences to understand the type of members that we do have who live through a lot of the music that we listen to. And a lot of these people,
mhm.
believe it or not, that are in our group, some are famous, some are not, some are musicians who work with some of the greats. And
Oh, for real.
yes,
Okay.
yes. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I wanted to know, have you ever yourself been involved uh, in music in any kind of way from that perspective, maybe producing, writing, or you are just
N-
one of those people who's just a fan of the genre of R&B?
No, I'm just one of the people that just are in the genre, love R&B, never really into music in a professional level. No, what my dream has always been was to be a DJ.
Oh, really?
That's always been a dream of mine to have my own radio station.
Oh, wow,
It's
really?
always been a dream of mine from years back because I have so much music in here to put out. You
Hmm.
understand?
Hmm.
I mean, like I told you, I go way back. In the 50s,
Yes.
when I was a kid. So so I've always had that dream to be a DJ.
Yeah, what happened? What happened? How come,
Well, I never pursued it.
you
I
never,
didn't
yeah,
have the ways and the means of going about it. You see what I'm saying? I mean, this dream, that we all have dreams. Sometimes they can come true if we pursue it the right way. And
yeah,
some of it just fall by the wayside. See what I
yeah.
mean? So I
How
mean,
long did
I
your
just saw,
I'm sorry, Billy, I did it again. I didn't mean to cut you
yeah,
off.
that's
Continue,
fine.
please. Continue.
Yeah, I mean, I've always given house parties a lot growing up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, oh, for real, I mean, big ones. I
Really?
felt so sorry. I felt so sorry for my parents, but yeah, I was good for that. So that was my pretty much was my outlet.
Yeah, okay.
Those
Okay, I
house
can
parties. Yeah,
understand that. Do you
yeah,
have a large music collection?
huge. It's huge.
Wow.
I'll tell you, it's huge. I mean, uh when I lost my parents' house, I had to sell or give away most of my albums. All right. But before that happened, I must have had the wherewithal. I put mostly all of that on cassette tapes, which I still have. All right.
Okay.
So I was able to hold on to that via the tapes. So what I've been doing recently is putting the cassette tapes on CDs. All right. So I will always have that legacy. But I do have my 45s. I still have them. I mean,
Nice, nice.
boxes full of them.
Aside from the Supremes, who is your if I can do that, who's your favorite singer, male and female?
My favorite singer right now, uh, I love Chris Brown. Okay,
Chris Brown?
he has a lot of R&B in him. All right, and female singer right now, I would say Mary J. Blige. For right now, I would have to say her. A group, not, but right now, not so much. Okay, but not for anything, and I still do love New Edition. Male singer, besides Chris, would be Alex O'Neill, but
Okay.
he's not doing stuff in there. But I love him.
Yeah, yeah.
He's my favorite. All right, you have to say him.
Yeah, he was pretty good singer. I have a couple of albums by him myself, I have to
Yes,
say. Yeah. So Billy, you know what? Again, it's been a pleasure having you here. It really, really has. And we're
it's been
gonna,
great. It's been great.
wind this up.
It's
And
great.
as with all our guests, we ask a specific question about a particular song. So if you were given that opportunity to listen to one song and one song only, what would that song be?
Wow. Let me think. Uh, it would have to be, well, it's gonna be sung by the Supremes. You already know that. I would say, out of the repertoire, I would say Love is Here and Now You're Gone by them. I could listen to that over and over.
Yeah,
All right?
that's a beautiful song. It's such a pleading song. Oh my God, I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I would have to say that. All right?
yeah.
I really would. Over and
Okay.
over.
Well, wow. But Billy, you know what? Thank you so much for giving I.F.A.T.S, Where the Music Lives On, some time in your life to spend with
Yep.
us. And it's been a pleasure. It really, really has. And
Mm-hmm.
I hope that we have the opportunity to do it again because this will not be the last time that we will see you
Absolutely
on
not.
our I.F.A.T.S channel. So, Billy, thank you so much for
You're
giving us
so
your
welcome.
time. All right. And for those out there, thank you. Thank you for
Mm-hmm.
giving us the opportunity to share this interview with you. Again, my name is Pamela D, and you take care.
You
Always
too,
love,
sweetie.
always love.
And by the way, to all those who are in it, happy Pride.
Okay. With that, we're going.
All right.
Take one.